going to do next, but then they say when you get up then beyond 50, you're looking towards, well, you better hurry up and enjoy it because you're going to be dead, aren't you? So, might as well enjoy it. That's the way I am, anyway.
I suppose I must have had a bit of a midlife crisis at 42 because I went to Amsterdam, went to a sex show and got pregnant with Louis. And I really missed him that weekend. But I'm the same as Ray. We talked about it for hours the other night because I've got my 50th coming up in May, and I'm kind of all right about the age thing, and I mean it's a bit depressing if you sort of catch a horrible glance of yourself in a mirror with down lighting, but never mind. But the thing is with me is that people are starting to die around me.
Are they?
I know they are, and I've lost quite a few people since Christmas, and also relationships in my life that I thought were quite secure. People are sort of maybe having their own midlife crisis and starting to separate, and I feel a bit like the rug's been pulled from under my feet, and there's like a sort of loss of security. Well, I do.
Yeah, but you haven't died. We're all still alive, so you know.
Do you not think it depends on sort of what's happened up until you're 44? I know, some people who've sort of had childhood sweethearts and had very settled time in their 20s and 30s, and as they're sort of hitting their 40s, they're getting a bit restless, and I can imagine midlife crisis sort of coming because they're thinking, God, I haven't really done anything. Haven't been anywhere, or so
and
far wild oats.
Stay together for the kids. The kids are up and off now, and they think this is time for them. Well, I'm just saying.
Well, I'm just getting depressed. I'm not sure I want to live until I'm 50 sitting next to you.
OK, time for a break, but when we return, we'll be asking, do you put a brave face on it when you've had a blazing row? Back soon. Tuesday lunchtime, I'm Jackie Brambles, and the loose lineup with me today is Colleen Nolan, Linda Bellingham and Denise Welsh. Now, any speculation that Angelina Jolie and Brad Pitt have been having difficulties has been quelled after they were photographed looking as lovey-dovey as ever, so the rumours are either rubbish, probably, or they're very good at putting on a show. When they've had a row and they have to go out in public. So in our relationships, when we've had a bit of a bust-up, do we always try and put on a brave face?
No.
No.
No. I can't. I'm afraid it's one
You're
of
an
my.
actress.
I
can't believe that.
I can't do it. I can't do it. I am guilty of airing my dirty laundry in public.
Yes, she is.
As Colleen will vouch.
Oh, I spent Friday with her, and all I heard was, "Shut up, Tim."
Well, because he was talking rubbish for most of the time.
Listen.
And if we've had a blazer of a row, which isn't that often, I have to say, we're more sort of niggly. Yeah. Well, I'm more niggly.
Yeah.
And I can't do it. I just have to tell everyone that he's a prat. if I go out.
And how does he respond to that public airing of your dirty laundry?
Well, he always does that thing of going, I can't believe she's like this. All it was I couldn't find my glasses. Now, when you can't find your glasses every single time you go out of the house, do you know what I mean? It becomes more than that. And it becomes not thinking things through. But, no, he can sort of smile through it, but I can't. I just have to tell everyone. It's more difficult if you're going to a charity event when you don't know people. But after a while, one glass of wine, he's a prat.
Has he ever sort of, done that to you as well? Sort of told, no, never.
He's much nicer than me.
So he's better actor than
Well, I agree. I think I'm completely transparent. I can't do it.
And again, you're an actress.
I know. Well, you see, no. Yeah. And all things, yes. And I mean, my marriage, it was quite hard because it was quite scary. If he was cross and I knew he was cross, and I'd have to go home. That was quite scary. But Mr. Spain and I don't really row, but we did have one kind of contretemps where I think before I gave up drinking, I was a little ebullient on the dance floor and sort of pinned this man to the dance floor, I think, actually. Ebullient, over the top.
Oh, okay.
Yes. And I just looked up. Well, I've trained, you know.
I know, darling.
And Mr. Spain, I just looked across and Mr. Spain went, home now. And I went, but fine. And I just knew
I quite like that.
We weren't going to hide this, it would have all come out.
It is the worst thing. And again, it sounds sickly, but we don't really row very much now, and we don't really go out very much now either, because we've got babies, so we don't really have to put on a brave face. But in the past...
No friends.
Plus we've got no friends. But in the past, when I've been in, relationships that weren't as smooth running, it's horrible, that thing of walking on eggshells around somebody, but having to do it and pretending everything's okay when there's people around is such a strain. And it's always the woman, I think, who tries harder to do that.
Absolutely. And may I just say, sitting next to two, you know, very well-established old actresses.
Thank you
I'm
so
only
much.
joking. You look fabulous. I have to say, I'm a brilliant actress when it comes to it, because Ray cannot do it at all. If Ray is angry or we've had a row and he's in a mood, the whole world will know, in the respect of he just stops talking to me or anybody else that's in our vicinity, to the point where they go, "Hi, Ray, you all right?" And he goes... And I go, "Hi, he's fine. Would you like a cup of tea?" But I go totally the other way.
Do you?
Oh, it's
Completely over the
everything,
top.
and I just keep pouring tea at them, and no, have a drink, and oh, Ray's lovely, and we're really happy. And he's like that. Oh, he's terrible at it. It's really, really embarrassing. And the last time it happened, actually, it was a row between him and Shane Jr. And Ray was absolutely right. I will say that. All right, so I don't get into trouble.
Right.
But Shane was just being a typical annoying teenager, and Ray blew up at him, you know. And it was just after our wedding, and we had this big magazine shoot to do of what a happy family we are now we're married. Oh, no. And it happened 15 minutes before the shoot. And I'm thinking, oh, God, I came out in a rash. And Ray's gone, well, you know, forget it, I'm not going. I can't stand next to him, and we're not happy, are we? And I'm going, no, but please, for the first time in your life, just give an Oscar-winning performance that we are, because I can't cancel it now. So I said to him, right, you stay at home for 2 hours, because it's going to take that long to get me looking even slightly attractive. So I went off with the boys to the photo shoot, and I'm thinking, please, and I kept phoning up, and he kept saying, do I really have to come? And I was like, yes, please, just do this, you know. And but what I decided to do was tell them all before
At the photo shoot, that Grumpy was on his way.
Yeah. I did, because I thought he's going to walk in. It's the first time they've met him. They're just going to think, oh, he's really unfriendly and grumpy. So I said, look, we've had a massive row and he can't hide it. So the photographer kept going, just put your arm around her and pretend you like her for just 2 seconds while I tell
Well, there was just once quickly of Tim's inability to conceal this, and we'd been out to this big do the night before, and this is many years ago, and we'd had quite a lot to drink. And apparently, so unlike me, I was being very flirtatious with somebody. And I don't have much recollection of this, but apparently I was. Anyway, on this particular night, Tim was fuming with me because I hadn't gone to bed when I should have done and all this kind of stuff. Anyway, the next day, we were going with a charity of ours to Prince Andrew's house.
Like you do.
And like you do. And it was this very important day and everything. And we went along, and Tim said hello to all the assembled people. And he went over to Prince Andrew and said, thank you so much for inviting us. I have to leave, sir. My wife's a slapper.
Right. On that right royal note, if you're feeling the pinch and need to boost your bank account to the tune of £3,000, you'd better have a go at today's competition. To be in with a chance of winning, you need to answer this question correctly. In which continent is the animated feature film The Lion King set? Is it A, Antarctica, B, Europe, or C, Africa? Call 09012 931 941. Calls cost £1 from BT landlines. Calls from mobiles and other networks may be higher. Text WIN plus your answer, A, B or C, to 63337. Text costs £1 plus one standard network rate reply message. Digital satellite viewers can enter by pressing their red button now, and you can also enter for free at itv.com. Entrance must be 18 or over, and all lines close at 1:20. Get dialing.